Sir, I have a question to, again, the Department of IT. We have created an online employability platform called justrojgar.com. How we are going to integrate with your government agencies like Bihar Rural Livelihood Programs, or in Rajasthan, like in Rajasthan, various state skill development agencies. So what is the scope of having a partnership between public and private, sir?
It's working. The Ministry of Labor, from which Mr. Swarup comes, is working on a program, on a mission mode project called...
No. He says mission mode project, and the ministry has been working for 5 years. You know, when someone was mentioning mission, this mission, we require missionaries, not missions. You know, and let me answer your question.
Sir, in fact, sorry to interrupt you. In fact, last 64 years, we are having employment exchange with the government.
So that's what I'm saying.
Nothing has happened after that also.
It's a very serious matter. And I mean, I hope this is being recorded. I'll lose my job. Now, the problem here is, it is eminently doable. You can actually come and join us. What is happening here? I'm not handling that as a subject. It's a part of the ministry, but let me answer that. What has happened is that sometimes we in government believe that only we can do things. That's the whole problem. And in RSBI, we demolished that totally. I am trying to demolish that in a different division. I don't handle that. That it's not that. We have to partner. There are young guys, bright guys who can partner. My view is totally different from what is actually happening there. My suggestion is you create a national platform and allow people to participate in that. Rather than do everything on your own. We did that and we are not succeeding. Now here is a private set of businesses who are prepared to participate. And private businesses alone cannot scale. I mean, that's my firm view. Scale has to come from government. So that creates a simple logic of partnership. That efficiencies are there, scale is here. Let's join hands. We're still trying. It's still in a mission mode. Let's see it happens.
Let me complete, sir. You are right that nothing has happened in employment exchanges all these years. That is why they were trying to change the formula of, giving an employment exchange to someone like you, and he would then collect applications from the local people, and you would also try to find future employers and
they will not change the formula.
No, sir, the project has not been approved yet, but there is an opportunity there.
No.
Sir, let me, sir, before you criticize the project, let me just give him the idea that there is an opportunity there that some private player will come in, will try to, create or look for employment opportunities for those people who are registered.
For past 5 years. And I'm telling you, when it comes through, there's no opportunity for you. See, let's try and understand. This is a forum where we should sit and introspect also. The proposal originally was that it should be costed. People are prepared to pay provided you give them service. Again, RSBI demonstrates that. They're prepared to pay. Now, I want to give everything free to you and give nothing to you. That's the whole problem with this project. It's the entire funding, and the whole fight is between funding, whether it should be 75, 25, 100% from the government. You allow this to happen in a public domain through protocols created by the government. The private sector will generate a business model, bring up with a business model. They already have, what is Naukri.com doing? They've created a business model on their own. But the scale would be much more if government was to support that, and government created a space where it could work as a business model. That's the whole problem. For past 5 years, I'm telling you, you say it's coming, it's coming. I'm seeing it from very close quarters. It's not coming, it's not arriving. So it just continues that way in a mission mode. So you are absolutely right. And raise this voice wherever you can. I'm a part of the government. Please criticize me if you have.
Basic support we need is the data from the government and a letter of approval that this agency is partnering with the government. These two things we need, sir.
My dear friend, and this is to all of you. Whatever has to happen cannot happen in an ad hoc manner. That I like your idea just now and I pass an order. No, it won't happen. It has to be a part of a system, a structure. Government has to create that facilitating structure. It is not that your application only government has to do is to give you a permission. Then it will be again license, permit, quota, ras, I give you permission, I don't give you permission. I create a transparent platform where anybody like you who fulfills certain objectively laid down criteria, fulfills those criteria, is allowed to write that platform. Again, I give a parallel from RSBY. I keep going back to RSBY because probably it's an example, a tremendous example of public-private partnership where the funding in some cases come from the government and almost the entire operation is by the private sector through a very transparently, objectively determined criteria. There is an example available. Why can't we do the same thing elsewhere? That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Thank you. We had somebody here that I snubbed earlier. Sorry.
All right. So going back, talking about as an entrepreneur who's kind of moved out, I think one of the things that we would want people, especially in the government, to take a commitment. What it takes to make government take a commitment is to reserve a certain portion. When I say reserve, it's not reservation. Is to demarcate a certain portion of these opportunities to startups. Because scale is only a latter day phenomenon. They have to prove themselves at a lower grade. And as an entrepreneur who's done this for multiple times, I know that you don't even make the cut. You don't qualify because the volume or the requirements set by the government for most of these that need scale are so high that no entrepreneur who's starting up can ever achieve that. So if you can figure out a way of taking an oath commitment to reserve a certain portion, that would be great, sir.
Thank you. And we go from, yeah, go ahead. Left.
Again, please don't expect us to take oaths and, I don't think. We'll take note of what you've said. There are limitations within which we work. But the commitment certainly is there. I can tell you about a large number of bureaucrats who are indeed committed to do that. But you work within the limitations. And limitations grow every day. What you read in the newspapers is with regard to at least some of those bureaucrats I know personally who took those oaths and are paying a heavy price for it.
All right, this way. Sorry, my finger went this side. Sorry, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. I had a moderator, Sama. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
My suggestion to Mr. Rao is, you have got already more than lakhs of CSC centers. And you know that CSC centers till today are unviable. Why can't we take some of the ideas of our social entrepreneurs, help them in scaling up? Because it is in the private initiative. Government has already done it. Only thing is you have to facilitate that. Can you please do it? In the next year at least, 5 to 6 initiatives can be scaled up?
Yeah, we can do that. In the CSC scheme, we have said that any new product or any new idea that a private entrepreneur or social entrepreneur brings on board to a CSC will be taken by the CSC and will be adapted because the CSC gets money, gets income on that. And this is happening already in a lot of CSCs. If you want us to be the partner, the one to pass on the idea, we can do that.
One problem there is, sir, you have created a PPP mode. It's a good initiative, but there the private sector plays the role of not encouraging it. So that is the,
that could be, I don't know, that could be a very specific case, but why would they stop and why would they not take on an idea that gets them income? Even if it gets them 1 rupee for transaction extra, they're willing to take it. Because they are unviable today, they're willing to take new ideas.
First of all, I'd like to thank AFI for bringing in 3 progressive IAS officers to the forum. But we can see that, even a aggressive, progressive IAS officer like Mr. Anil Swarup is at an absolute minority. You guys are not my everyday reality. When we interact with government, we interact with junior, mid-level bureaucrats, we interact with local government, and we've heard openly that HR is a problem, attitude is a problem in government. What are you doing to fix that?
Expand this domain, and help us expand that domain. So when you talk in public about bureaucrats, you talk about us as well. Don't talk only about those. Because then that will encourage others to do what we are attempting to do. That's the contribution that you can make. The problem with us is we are all fond of masalas, no? So we like masalas to be written in the newspapers and only talk about them. There are very good things that are happening. Please talk about those good things. Because those that are attempting to do a few good things feel good about it and do more good.
To the IAS officer, to the local IAS person who is there, they do take it up and it gets on. But once the IAS officer gets transferred, what our observation has been, the new IAS officer who comes in, generally they like to have their own packages. rather than look at what existing best practices are there and take that along. So in terms of that, we have had a lot of difficulty in terms of partnership or scaling up things with the government. The second issue is that of the financial sustainability. A lot of non-profit work that we do depends on certain portions coming from the community and certain portions coming from different donors, both in foreign and locally. And one of the difficulties that we have had over the last 2 years is this FCRA 2010, where it pretty much states like a policy that they don't encourage organizations soliciting foreign funds. And if you have to scale up social innovations, a fund is going to be very, very important for us. And this aspect, at least over the last year, several organizations have had problems of just canceling the license without any show cause notices. And the Act approves that. And it's acts like these that are really preventing social innovations to scale up. So those are 2 points.
And we go this side. Please keep it short so everybody gets a chance. Go ahead, right there. You got 3 of you, one by one. You got the mic, sorry. Am I missing somebody at the back? No, go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead, sir. Quickly, the 3 of you, then we'll respond. That'd be great. Introduce yourselves, but the whole time you get a minute, including introduction.
I'm Sanjeev Srivastav. I basically call myself a farmer, and I have a group of farmers. और स्वरूप साहब ने जो बोला socially required, politically desirable, and it gives results. I totally agree. I've already helped 18,000 farmers. But आपकी एक पॉलिसी अब मेरे रास्ते में आती है. वो पॉलिसी ऐसी है कि एक तो किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड आप लोगों ने कंपलसरी कर दिया. तो क्या होता है, हर किसान के पास किसान क्रेडिट कार्ड होता है, और मैं जैसे ही 2-3 डिपार्टमेंट्स को मिला करके 1 लाख का लोन गाय खरीदने के लिए देना चाहता हूँ, तो बैंक वाले बोलते हैं सर इसके पास तो KCC है, मैं इसको 1 लाख विदाउट कोलेटरल नहीं दे पाता हूँ. इस समय मेरी सिचुएशन समझिए, मैं एक गरीब आदमी के सामने उसके आंख में आंख डाल के कैसे बोल सकता हूँ कि भैया तेरे को ये लोन नहीं हो सकता. प्रॉब्लम नंबर 2, आप लोग का जो ये गवर्नमेंट स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम में सर्विस एरिया नेटवर्क है, ये एक तरह से बैंक को मोनोपोली देती है कि इस एरिया में आपके अलावा और कोई काम नहीं कर सकता. ये उनके दिमाग में बहुत नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट डालता है. मेरे लिए समस्या नहीं है क्योंकि पॉलिटिकली डिजायरेबल और सोशली रिक्वायर्ड सिचुएशन में हूँ, तो मैं सारे काम अपने निकाल लेता हूँ और आगे भी निकाल लूँगा. मगर ये पॉलिसी दूसरे लोगों के लिए बहुत बड़ी समस्या है. मेरे ख्याल से इस पॉलिसी को अगर आप करेक्ट करें, या तो KCC को उस 1 लाख के ब्रैकेट से बाहर निकाले या इस ब्रैकेट को 1.5 लाख का करे, तब मेरे ख्याल से हम लोग किसान को नेक्स्ट लेवल पे, एक लेवल पे वो है, मगर इसके ऊपर वाले लेवल पे ले जाने के लिए इस बैंकिंग पॉलिसी और सर्विस एरिया कॉन्सेप्ट को हटाना पड़ेगा.
नेक्स्ट आपके साथ 2 सज्जन और हैं, साथ में बगल में बैठे हुए हैं. आपकी बारी.
Good afternoon, my name is Nirmal Kumar and I'm working on a project called G-Auto, which is basically dealing with paratransit transport system. My question is, like we are a group of social innovators. So basically we come up with the new ideas, new approach, new product to solve the existing issues of the society. Now when we approach to government authorities, there has been experience of kind of, they will appreciate because the idea is great, everything is good, so they will appreciate, yeah, you guys are doing very good thing. But then when we ask support from them, they'll say, this doesn't come under policy. Since we come up with the new things, new ideas, of course there won't be any policy. If there is policy, then it is not innovation, right? Because it's already existing. So government, we do not get, welcoming this thing because this idea is, there's no policy anywhere to accept this thing. Second thing, suppose some courageous, very proactive, enthusiastic officer is there, he supports us. There's another section of the society who will be, since it's a social thing, so there will be, of course, a section of the society who will be having vested interest to resist it, this innovation or to new approach to solve the existing issues. So they will come up with again, they will go to court, they will go to some other RTI, etc., that why this guy has been encouraged. So is there any policy to safeguard the entrepreneurs, innovators, when they go and want to do work with government or